One of the questions we have in our minds when we start to grow plants is how often should you fertilize your plants? Do you have to do it every week, every month, or maybe once or twice a year? Those are questions that are staying behind the scenes when we try to do the best for our plants. And today in the market, we can see different types of fertilizers. As you can see, I have a lot of them on the table, and I'd like to talk about them more in depth. So they have fertilizers that are actually um, synthetic and some that are natural. They have it for different type of plants, and they also have it um, for you can repurpose some of the fertilizers for your plants even though they're meant for something else. So here is one of the best that I still found right now, and this is for the elephant ear. So a bit expensive, but you don't need too much. And I found out that after I used this on my elephant ears, they were thriving and growing and had less issues than before. I have used it in small plants on my seedlings and it wasn't very good. So I would say that this is very good for the larger plants. And also I would dilute them a little bit more than the package says. Then I found out about this type of fertilizer and it's really good. It has very good online reviews, and you just need to add just a little bit and it goes a long way. I didn't use it so often, so I cannot tell you for sure if it works. Then, sorry, then the other types are for the orchids. Mine is still brand new. I just tend to kill my orchids. I still have to look into how to grow orchids, and I have a friend I met during the last show, and I'm hoping to learn more from him, and I'll link his YouTube channel in the description in case you want to look at his videos. I haven't looked at all of them, but I believe since it's a channel dedicated to orchids, then it probably must have good information about them. Then I really like this one, the blooming houseplants. I use it only on the black, no, uh, African violets, and it really helps them. It stayed in bloom for a very, very long time. Next one, I have the slow release for the cacti, succulents. I didn't use it yet, but the reason of showing it is that we have different types of uh, fertilizer. Some are liquid, some are slow release, some are like these, are just some sticks. Let me try to open it. So with these ones, you just take a piece and you actually put it in the soil. And this is for the succulents. I used it only once, but I also tend to kill this type of plant, so I didn't have the chance to yet use it at full potential. Then you have the fish fertilizer. This is very good, but it smells terrible. Also, don't use it in high amounts because that's bad for your plant. I really like this one, the Foliage Pro. I noticed that my leaves became darker and larger, and I'll tell you that this is not the right size to buy. I mean, for my plants, I have like over 400 plants, and it's not enough. Like in one use, I almost use it all. So if you have many plants, you want to buy a larger container. Then I have this one, the soil enhancer. I used it several times, but not enough to tell you what I think about it. It's just that I want to show in this video that there are different types of fertilizers you might think of. This one is the organic tomato, and I watched in a video that it really helps cacti to grow and be bigger, and it really helped mine. I can see the growth, so I like to apply this to my cactuses. And then this is the worm tea. I just got it. I haven't used it, so I'm really want to see in what I'm showing here that you can have synthetic or you can have natural. Be ready for the natural smell not very good. Everything that says organic and natural doesn't smell good. And everyone is going to question what happened in the house. So you better do that when nobody's around, or maybe when everyone's asleep. So it kind of goes around the air during that time. So I like this one, the tropical food for the monsteras. And in a second, I'll tell you why I prefer to use a specific food for monsteras. They are a little bit different from other aroids. And this is just a regular plant food, and I don't have too many regular plants, so I'm using it just times to times when I want to change it. And I was promising that I'm gonna tell you about monsteras. So monsteras are like other aroids, and they need high level of potassium and phosphorus, and all that is needed for them to grow. They need nitrogen, iron, and magnesium, but they need a slightly higher level of all of these ingredients. So that's why when you have a monstera specifically made food for them, it's gonna make them thrive. My monsteras really, really love that type of fertilizers. I want to give you a word of advice. Don't use these type of fertilizers that are meant for elephant ears on regular plants. It will burn them down and they will die completely and very fast. I made the mistake of using, I had some leftovers and I didn't want to throw it, so I used it on other houseplants and it was a terrible mistake. They just died in about a week and there was nothing to be done to them. I flushed the soil, I tried my best, but they still died. And you want to use fertilizers that are slow release in on money plants, because money plants have a hard time doing with other type of um, fertilizers. It might look like they are thriving, but after a while you'll see signs that they are not doing very well. Variegated plants, they need not only special care and attention, but they need special fertilizing. They really need microelements like iron and magnesium, potassium and nitrogen. So an important thing for that for them is also to have a slow release um, um, fertilizer and a regular schedule. You have to give the food regularly, like on a schedule. Also, make sure to check the labels, because sometimes you'll see on the labels that it says it's not good for this type of plant or it's not good for that type of plant. And I wanted to pay attention right now to the household ingredients. Like, we heard that, and we can see that online: use banana peels, use coffee, use this and that, everything you can use to feed your plants. I'll tell you, I made this terrible mistake. I had a beautiful anthurium with largest leaves. I think it was an Andrianum, like the one that has largest leaves and um, beautiful red flowers. And what happened? I applied um, banana peels and I applied some other like coffee, and it just died. And I'll tell you why is that, because you cannot actually control the amount that you are giving it. So it's very important to really try your best not to just give your plants any type of fertilizers. I also want to show you, this is my new addition. It's very beautiful. This is not cleaned yet, but it's very, very beautiful. And I really enjoy getting it. And this is it. This is all for fertilizers. And I really hope you enjoy it. Make sure that you actually pay attention to what you're giving to your plant, because ultimately we want them to thrive and we don't want them to have a hard time. If you have any other questions, let me know. Please subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.